We have flown in all the way from hygiene, maybe not, John Cross. The title of his presentation, and I hope I do it justice, is Our Burros and Other Considerations. He's an artist and educator from St. Louis who arrived in Longmont this past August. After a two-year sentence at the high security prison in, oh, I'm sorry, I misread that. After a 2-year sentence as the head of the art department at NJC, or Northeastern Junior College. Did I get that right? Is it Northeastern Junior College? I say that because I went to Scotts Bluff Junior College. We never beat you guys, but we tried. In Sterling, Colorado. He is currently on the painting faculty of the Front Range Community College. He's an eclectic collector of images that he filters through his oddball sensibilities. And according to his therapist, he is legal. Into the paintings and non-traditional surfaces that he utilizes. Folks, enjoy this because it's going to be fun. This one is so they can hear you.
I couldn't start without paying a little homage to Robert Rauschenberg. He's one of my heroes as an artist because of the way this guy layers imagery together. He tells stories. It's not just one image, it's multiple images. And for the entirety of my career as an artist, that's what I've tried to do, is layer imagery, layer the history of art with contemporary ideas, with traditional techniques, with contemporary materials. I do a lot of paintings on strange materials like steel. I found this piece in a warehouse in St. Louis and painted the Chinese checkers thing. It's weird to do this fast. I'm influenced by things like science and technology and geography, even though I can't stand math. This is a friend of mine peeing off the back of a sailboat. And hopefully something's about to happen in front of him. He said that this made him look like a lunatic. This painting is a large painting. It's about this size, 6 foot by 6 foot. The playing cards are real. The rhinoceros is not. A lot of my artwork has to do with, well, I used to say it all was either sex or death. This one is about sex. This one, it doesn't have anything to do with either one of those. This is about the game of life and how awful in the evolutionary game to be a bird that can't fly. Deal with the cards that you're dealt with. My favorite little thing is up there in the corner, the goose flying the other way. The Ouroboros, this is why we titled it this way. The Ouroboros is a serpent that eats his own tail to sustain himself. It's a symbol that comes from the Greeks. It's been used in almost every culture throughout history to represent infinity. This one's about sex. It's rejuvenation, about everlasting life, about coming back to your beginnings and rejuvenating the Ouroboros. And I'm sure this has something to do with that. This piece is about identity. These aren't my fingertips, but this is very strange. This is about sailing more than flying planes. I used to sail a lot, and I thought how weird it is to be the guy who gets to sail a ship and not be the guy who stands on the shore and watches the ship go by. And I've always enjoyed that aspect. This one's called Mouse Circuit. At some point, I started to combine very strange imagery together. I used Google as a search engine to find words like circuit created this entire artwork. It created the Ouroboros that you see up at the top, the serpent eating his tail. The circuit back here is the bicycle circuit in France. And Wow, these things come fast. This one is about the difference between three-dimensional art and two-dimensional art and the illusion between the two. This is actually a three-dimensional illusion. If you had the glasses, it would work great for you to see the crowd in the background. Let me just tell you this, because I can't keep up with the slides. Most of my artwork, they're literal jokes. They start from words. They don't start from images. And they are jokes in my mind. I think they're hilarious. And I already know, before I even make these things, that they have no comedic value to the rest of humanity. This one's called The Measure of a Man. It's about value scales. At one point, I became a... this one's about marriage. And it's really not a good joke. I became a chemist at one point to learn how these are actually pieces of aluminum that I have done inkjet printing on the background. All the frogs you see are printed on. The painting is just my face and the muck in front of me as I drown in this case. It took a lot of time to figure out how to apply science to the artwork and to make the traditional techniques of painting adhere to metal, or to make the chemistry of inkjet printing adhere to metal in a permanent way so that I could actually put oil paint on top of that. So that part was the most interesting part for me as an artist. The imagery itself, again, these are jokes, folks. This is... They're all about, you know, suburban blight. And the last one, I like to end with it whenever it comes up, is utopia. In utopian societies, the bees, I think, are some of the best creatures on earth. So, thank you.
Oh, thank you. That was great. Enjoyed that. John, thank you. Was that crazy or what? Huh? Once again, it adds proof to the fact that a mind is a terrible thing. And John, fantastic. Great presentation. Enjoyed that.